Hello and welcome, Carrier Team 1. I'm excited for the opportunity to share with you today and be a part of your online meeting. I'm Holley, a John Maxwell leadership consultant and executive coach. Wow, what a year it's been. If there was ever a time we needed to pull together and operate as a team, this would be it. I've been fortunate to be invited to speak with leaders in Stockholm, Sweden several times over the years. I was urged during one stay in Stockholm to visit their national museum where the Viking warship named Vasa, or Wasa as they might say in Sweden, was on display. What guy wouldn't want to see a Viking warship? What I learned was that in the year 1628, Sweden was engaged in a war with Poland. The King of Sweden had ordered his team of shipbuilders to design and construct the largest and fiercest warship of all time. The Vasa was a technological marvel in its day, had 64 guns spread over 2 decks. She was one of the most powerfully armed vessels in the world. Unfortunately, the urgency from the king to get the Vasa into the war and the poor communication and execution of the build team, the Vasa was doomed from the start. As the Vasa set out on her maiden voyage, she departed Stockholm Harbor to much fanfare. Everyone was there, the king, everyone. The command was given to hoist the mainsail, and as she neared the mouth of the harbor, they did so, and the winds began to fill the sails with air. The breeze that was blowing caused the ship to kind of list to one side. Water began to pour in through the open gun turrets. The ship sank within minutes, 1 nautical mile from where she was built. 53 lives were lost. Upon review, it was determined that there were many changing requirements for the construction. There were unclear objectives and conflicting objectives. There was an increase in demands to speed up the launch and constantly rotating team members with no experience in building massive warships. It was also revealed that the build team knew there were problems, but no one wanted to tell the king. They knew the ballast in the hull of the ship was too little to support a double set of gun decks filled with bronze cannons. But they kept it to themselves in what I've heard referred to as a salute and stay mute effect. There are many lessons we can take from the Vasa experience that can help us as we strive to accomplish great things as a team in these trying times. In the next few minutes, I would like to share 5 laws of teamwork to help you on the road to continued CT1 success. The 5 laws that I'm going to speak on come from John Maxwell's 17 indisputable laws of teamwork. The first law is what John calls the law of significance. And the law of significance says that 1 is too small a number to achieve greatness. You know, I wanted to watch sports on TV recently, but as we all know, sports have been pretty much shut down for the year. I was dreading having to watch another exciting World Cornhole Championship match when I ran across a Golf Channel special on the business of golf. Now, I know cornhole might have been the better choice there, but when you look at a golfer, a professional golfer, you see an individual contributor. They're winning tournaments, they're making money. But is it really a single person achieving all that success? When you look more closely, you find an entire team of people standing behind the pro golfer. He has his caddy, of course, but there's also a coach and a trainer and an agent, a dietitian and an assistant. He has sponsors, his family, his social media team. Oh, there's also a financial advisor and a lawyer, as well as a physician and a chiropractor. You know, the same is true in our world. It takes a team of people to do what you do. If we're ever to accomplish significant things, and what you do is truly significant, then we need to recognize and embrace the team of professionals that stand beside us and make it possible for us to go further and do more. You know, you may be able to go faster on your own, but you'll always go further and do more significant things if you go with the team. The next law is called the law of the big picture, which says the goal is more important than your role. In the story of the Vasa, the shipbuilding team was focused on their individual roles. You might hear them say, I'm the hull builder. I oversee the cannons. My role is to install the ballast. I wouldn't want to be him. While they were very clear about their individual roles, they were not focused on the overall goal. The big picture was to launch a world-class warship that would take Sweden to victory in the war. It's easy to become engrossed in our own important task and lose sight of our overwhelming why as a team. When this happens, individual agendas can take over and we can miss what's best for the rest of the team. While having this clear understanding of your big picture is a priority, you must also ensure that the team stays on course working toward that big picture. This is where our next law comes into play, and that's called the law of the compass. The law of the compass says that the vision gives team members direction and confidence. We can make ourselves very busy. I know I do. But we need to be continually asking ourselves the question, busy doing what? Are you and your team working on things that are moving you closer to the desired outcome? I once worked for IBM in the early 1990s when the 100-plus-year-old company almost went out of business. The new CEO they brought in discovered that there was no clear goal, that every division, and there were many, were following their own compass. There was no one true north. If I asked the people on your team to tell me your vision or purpose, how many different answers would I get? A team can't move forward in confidence if it has no compass. Help your team move in the right direction this year with confidence by ensuring you all know what true north is for you and your team. Another truth I've learned about great teams is that all great teams are composed of people who know they can count on each other. This brings us to our fourth law, the law of accountability. The law of accountability says that teammates must be able to count on each other when it counts. There's a formula that helps to define this word accountability. The formula goes like this. Your character plus your competence plus your commitment plus your consistency plus cohesion equals accountability. Think about it and ask yourself, how accountable are you to the rest of the team? Do they count on you? Look at that formula again. It says character. Well, character is where trust becomes possible. Competence is where your credibility is found. The question to ask, are you competent in your role, and are you growing and learning daily to increase your competence? Commitment, that will see us through the very toughest of times. Consistency means that we will show up day in, day out. And cohesion, so important, means that we hold together no matter what. We're always pulling together. Had the team building the VASA exercise the law of accountability, they would have pulled together to ensure the ship was constructed correctly. Our fifth law for teaming at the next level is called the law of communication. The law of communication says that interaction fuels action. I left this for last because it really is the glue that holds everything else together. If you don't communicate effectively within your own team, your own shipyard, and cross-shipyard, you risk mistakes, miscommunication, and slowing progress toward the goal. You know, a funny thing about communication is we all think we do it pretty well. We all think we communicate clearly. But the truth is we can easily be consumed with the urgent and important activities in our world. And we can give less focus than is required for the important but not urgent activities of proper communication. One of the biggest challenges most of us face in our communication with other people is what we call the intention-perception gap. What I intended one way in my communication, someone else perceived in another way or a different way. If you've been married for more than about an hour, you know exactly what I'm talking about. To overcome this challenge, take your communication and your relationships to the next level, you've got to take complete responsibility for understanding and for being understood. Let me say that again. You really need to take complete responsibility for understanding and for being understood. This means taking the time to ask good questions and listen, listen, listen. When I think of what a great team effort looks like, I can't help but think of a video I saw where a Formula One pit crew performed a 2-second pit stop. How is that even possible to change 4 tires, get a full tank of gas, and have your windshield cleaned in 2 seconds? Let's watch. Wow, isn't that something? But that's the magic of what's possible when everyone knows the goal, when everyone knows their role, when everyone knows they can count on their teammates, and everyone communicates clearly, concisely, and consistently. When you can take your team to the next level, you can deliver remarkable results. Have a great meeting. I look forward to hearing great examples of how the road to CT1 success continues to unfold in the coming months. Thank you.